What's going on, guys? This is Hassan from the Spiritual Walks. I hope everyone is doing amazing. Less is more. We've heard this so many times in all instances, whether we are at a job or we are trying to arrange our new furniture. This may actually be the first time you hear about this, but it's a very spiritual concept as well, if you like, because that's what spirituality is really about. It's about letting things that don't serve, or letting obstacles, if you like, or just weight on our shoulders that is unnecessary weight to fall off. That's what spirituality is. Spirituality is to essentially enhance one's perspective in life, and that is done naturally by letting these weights on our shoulders fall off. And so what are these weights? These weights could come in the form of something that is desirable, something that we feel like we need. So for an example, if you've just moved into a new place and you are looking to pick some furniture, sometimes it may seem as though, having a lot of furniture, accumulating different, let's say, carpets, tables, couches, and shelves, and all of these things, by accumulating so much, sometimes one may realize that, okay, at this point, if I now buy this, as much as I want it, it will in fact get in the way of the comfort. And the whole point of arranging your furniture in your living room is to get, the most comfortable and the most maybe stylish look of the bedroom or the living room. And so in the same way, we may carry ideas, we may carry goals, desires, and these sometimes contradict one another. And so very often when we actually also seek clarity in life, we need clarity in life, and that's what we are looking for, but we try to find clarity in accumulation, and it doesn't work that, doesn't it? So when one is looking for clarity, even when you don't know that you are looking for it, going ahead to try and accumulate more ideas and belief systems can actually be detrimental to one's attaining of clarity. Okay? Another example is the sky, right? We have a clear sky behind us. Let's say that, you're trying to get to the sun. But if there is enough clouds to cover the sky, it is to some extent difficult to see where the sun really is. People living in the UK would really know about this, which is why we're outside right now enjoying this weather while it lasts. So in the same way, sometimes you've got to just settle, let the dust settle. And when I say settle, I mean do nothing. And when I say do nothing, it does not mean have your mind run with a billion ideas at the time, because that's not doing nothing. You're doing something. Doing nothing is simply just being in the I am presence of what is happening. You could say, I am happy, I am lost, I am sad, I am depressed. Being is not the sad, the happy, the lost, the depressed part of the description of the moment. No, being is the I am that comes before all of these descriptions. And so very often that's really the state that we're trying to get to. When it feels like something is missing in our life, when we feel as though there's a void, maybe that's our catalyst or trigger to try and get us to that I am part of ourselves. That's very often overlooked because other things around us are more shiny, are more appealing, right? And so less is more can really transform someone's life. Now I'm giving you a very, let's say, a talkative perspective, right? I'm giving you all these ideas. This random bloke is just sharing these ideas with you. Why should I listen to him? But this is also scientific, right? The Pareto's principle, or in other words, the 80-20 rule, okay? Most, 80% of the happiness in your life is probably coming from 20% of the different actions and things you're taking part in, right? Even in terms of finance, 80% of your wealth comes from 20% of the activities that you take part in, okay? And that's a rule. It could be, 70-30, it could be 10-90, but essentially, less is the more that we are seeking, okay? And so very often, there may be discussions as to, okay, right, I'm going to let go of these tendencies of accumulation, these tendencies of ideas, these tendencies that I can now see are pretty much obstacles in my life. But then all I'm doing is I've just grown the void that's already inside of me. I've already, I already feel like I'm lost. Right now I feel like I'm even more lost by stopping all of these things. But really what you're doing is you're letting the dust settle. That's what I mean with do nothing. When you let the dust settle, or when you let the body of water settle without trying to constantly, trying to rectify it or let it settle with your physical hands, because that only creates more ripples. When you let it really settle, eventually you gain clarity. And clarity is really what we're looking for. That's what spirituality is. Spirituality is a form of clairvoyance, a clarity. When you sit here, whether you look at your hands, right? Whether you look at the sky, whether you are in the middle of a party with 30, 40 people around you, whether you're having a conversation, giving a presentation to a board of directors in a very established company, whatever it is, that clarity is what we seek and what we need to be able to walk and to move forward without any obstacles. And I really hope that this hits home to some extent. But instead of trying to chase more things, maybe letting go of things that you have already accumulated is the answer. So I'll leave you with that. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.